Hello and welcome to the Irish Aesthete. Previously, I was talking about the arrival in Ireland at the end of the 16th, beginning of the 17th century of a new architectural domestic style, the fortified or semi-fortified house. As mentioned, the earliest example of this, dating from the 1580s, is Rathfarnham Castle, County Dublin. But just like tower houses in the 15th century, the popularity of the fortified house quickly spread throughout the country. In 1618, work began on Portumna Castle, County Galway, a house commissioned by Richard Burke, 4th Earl of Clanricarde. This is the garden front. 15 years earlier, Burke had married as her third husband Francis Walsingham. Her previous spouses were the poet-soldier Sir Philip Sidney and then Robert Devereux, Earl of Essex. The Clanricardes divided their time between Ireland and England, where they had an estate in Summerhill, Kent. There they also built a large house, and its design has similarities with Portumna Castle. Portumna was probably the most sophisticated semi-fortified house in Ireland at the time of its construction. There are Italianate influences apparent throughout, beginning with a Tuscan gateway that provides access to the inner courtyard. Nevertheless, the fact that the building had to be approached through a series of courtyards is indicative that security was still an issue at this time. The courtyard has circular towers standing guard at each of its corners. And while the defensive flanking towers on the main building are much smaller than those seen in the likes of Rathfarnham, they still remain in place. Look how thick the window embrasures are, and, relatively speaking, how small the openings in the building. But the elegance of the overall design is undeniable, not least the fine carved limestone doorcase approached by a flight of steps. Few changes were made to the property following its construction, other than the addition of a bow at the centre of the rear elevation, probably in the 18th century. However, Portumna Castle was accidentally gutted by fire in 1826, and the family then built a new residence on an adjacent site. The latter was destroyed during the Troubles in 1922, and its stones subsequently used to build a Roman Catholic church in the local town, so that nothing remains of it to this day. The old castle was subsequently acquired by the state and re-roofed, although, having stood exposed to the elements for over 150 years, its interior now retains few original features. Thank you so much for watching the Irish Aesthete. In the next episode, I want to look at a further fortified house, this one thought never to have been actually occupied. I look forward to seeing you then. Goodbye.